All right, guys, let's talk about confidence and how I became confident. Most of you probably see my YouTube videos, especially my douchey shirtless YouTube videos where I'm picking up girls. And you're probably thinking, wow, this guy has probably been confident his entire life. He was just born confident. Well, that could not be further from the truth. So I've had two major confidence boosting journeys, and I'd like to explain those to you guys. There was one in college when I started doing this whole YouTube thing, and there was one, a deeper level of confidence that I acquired over the past few months. Both are very valuable, very important, and I'd like to describe both amazing journeys to you. So let me go back to the very beginning, when I was a kid, because there was a time when I was a kid when I was actually confident, right? And then society kind of crept in and took it away. But let me explain that whole process. So up until about third and fourth grade, I was an extremely confident kid. I was raised by two incredible parents, and I had a great childhood. And I was ecstatic at all times. I was loving life. I remember in third grade, I was the most popular kid in my class. I was the class clown. I wasn't afraid to express what I wanted to express. I was so goofy and silly and nerdy. I had these nerdy glasses and I was this nerdy looking character, but I could express whatever I wanted to express. I had this bit where I was obsessed with squirrels. It was the weirdest thing, but I was so happy and people were attracted to that. I was the most popular kid in class. I actually had the hottest girlfriend in class at the time. And I know it was only third grade, but it was just proof that like everyone really liked me and was attracted to me because I was open. I wasn't afraid to be myself, and everyone wants that. That's the thing. Everyone wants to be able to express who they are. And when they see someone that's doing that, they're very attracted to that, okay? So third grade was awesome. Fourth grade was awesome too. I still had that girlfriend. That was like my longest relationship, right? Like a 2-year relationship in third and fourth grade. I was like the king, man. It was incredible. Then fifth grade started coming along, middle school, and things took a downhill turn. That's when I started getting bullied. That's when I got in this situation where there were these older kids and they bullied me physically and also mentally, right? Anytime I said something, they were very condescending. They thought it was stupid, right? And they told me that I was stupid. They thought everything I said had no value and it made me believe it, right? I didn't know any better. So that happened for years. It happened all throughout high school, middle school, junior high, and high school. Physically and mentally bullied. Now don't feel sorry for me because this was all just part of the journey. But that's how my confidence got destroyed. All of a sudden I didn't want to get that feeling. I didn't want to have that feeling of me saying something and then someone putting me down because it hurt. And so what did I do? I balled up into my little shell. I stopped being me. I stopped expressing myself because I didn't want that pain of being told that I was no good. So that's how I became extremely shy and introverted. And it just got worse, right? It got worse all the way up until high school. And the bullying just continued, right? I was too nice of a kid. In the basketball locker room, I would get pushed, I would get towel whipped, and I wouldn't do anything back. And it kind of just made people want to do it more because they were not intimidated by me. And it just made it worse and worse and worse. In fact, it was so bad that when I was in high school, I ended up transferring to this nerdy boarding school called the Arkansas School of Math, Science, and the Arts. It was this school for juniors and seniors. It was a very academically challenging school. In fact, it was more difficult than college. And I did it just so I could be with more nerdy people who might actually accept me for who I was and not bully me. And it was good. I felt a lot better at that school for sure. I finally got another girlfriend. That whole period of time where I was insecure and shy and introverted, I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend from third grade to high school, right? And as soon as I started becoming more confident, I got a girlfriend. People are attracted to that. It's that simple. But I was still pretty shy and introverted. I remember the one thing that always hurt so bad in high school and college was when someone said, "Connor, why are you so quiet?" That hurt. so bad. It was the one thing that I was really insecure about. I wasn't just insecure about how I should act, I was insecure about acting reserved, and I was insecure about acting insecure. That was my biggest insecurity, was I was so insecure about not being outgoing, about not being confident. I recognized that I wasn't. And so when people said, Connor, why are you so quiet? That sucked. That sucked really bad. And so then college came around. And some interesting things happened in college, because college was when I realized that I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to have freedom. I didn't want to be restricted to an office. I wanted to create my own life, right? And so I started looking into the whole YouTube thing. And I realized that I could make a business online with YouTube. And this was incredible, because not only could I make a business out of it, but it would finally force me to become more outgoing. It would finally force me to become confident. Because I can't sit there and express myself on YouTube without becoming more outgoing, without becoming confident. I can't do the videos that I did on 6th Street with all these girls around, flirting with girls, getting their numbers, without learning how to be confident, right? And so it was the perfect thing for me. It was the best thing that could have happened. And so I realized that I had to start becoming so much more confident and so much more outgoing. And it was a big journey. And I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? Right now I'm terrified to even pick up a camera and film. And so I realized, okay, what if I just practice? What if I just film myself on camera and talk? What if I just go out and talk to people? What if I just do it? I just do it. And maybe it'll start to become comfortable. And so that's what happened. To become a YouTuber, I really didn't have a choice. I had to do these things. I had to go out there and film. I had to interact with people. And what that did is it got me out of my comfort zone. And I started realizing that the more and more you do these things, the more and more confident you become. The more and more comfortable you become with it. So at first I was terrified to pick up a camera and film. But then I did it. And it just got better and better and better. At first I was terrified to go to a girl and ask her to be in a video. Now it's like nothing. Now let me explain a scientific explanation of how that works, right? So every single fear we have as a human is a survival mechanism. In fact, every single fear that you have can be traced back to the fear of death, right? So take, for example, why you're afraid to approach a girl. You're afraid to approach a girl because in tribal times, if you approached the wrong girl, if you approached the wrong girl who was the tribe's leader's girl, you could be killed. You could literally be killed, right? And so that makes people afraid. Those genes have been passed throughout generations, and people are afraid now to approach a girl. Now, here's the thing, right? There are so many fears that were rational back in ancestral times because the world was pretty dangerous. Now we live in a pretty civilized society. Now, don't get me wrong, it could be a lot better. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on making this society a much better place. But we live in a pretty civilized society where a lot of these dangers just aren't a reality. If you approach a girl now, you're not gonna die. Nothing bad will happen. And so you need to trick your mind, your deep biological mind, into realizing that that fear just simply isn't the case in these days. Now, how do you do that? Well, you can't just tell your brain that. It won't believe it. The only thing your brain will ever truly believe is experience itself. So, how do you tell your brain that you're not going to die by approaching a girl? You have to approach a girl. That's the bottom line. Now, you don't have to start out with that. Anything that gets you out of your comfort zone is valuable. Your comfort zone is your confidence zone. Confidence and comfort are the same thing. Outside of your comfort zone is the fear zone. That's what you're afraid to do. Now, some fears are still good. Obviously, you don't want to jump off a building or anything like that. But you notice that there are these irrational fears that you have, right? You know that approaching a girl isn't going to kill you, but you're still afraid, and there's something holding you back, right? So the whole idea is just to get out your comfort zone in small steps, though, right? Take small steps. This is why I love cold showers, right? This is the biggest benefit of cold showers. It has a lot of other benefits too, but one of the biggest benefits is simply getting out of your comfort zone. It's training that mindset. to see something uncomfortable. You don't want to get in there. You don't want to take a cold shower. It's uncomfortable, but you do it anyway, right? And when you start doing that, you'll start finding all these opportunities to make yourself uncomfortable. You know, maybe you're checking out at a grocery store and you're still a little shy, but you tell the cashier, hey, you look beautiful today. I just want to let you know, and I want you to have a good day. That sounds so cringy and so uncomfortable for most people. But what does that do? That expands your confidence zone, your comfort zone, and is making your fear zone smaller and smaller. And if you keep along this process, the confidence zone just expands and the fear zone just decreases. So then you can start doing a bunch of crazy things. You know, once you get comfortable with just approaching a girl and realize that you're not going to die, you can start actually learning that you can express yourself, that you can be who you want to be in that moment. You don't have to be confined by these social constructs or this idea that you are a self, that I am only Connor Murphy, that I have these specific thoughts, these specific behaviors that I should do, right? You can realize that you can express anything that you want to express and you'll be fine. Now, in the past, we couldn't do that. We expressed something that the tribe's leader didn't like, boom, we're killed. That's why we have this fear. But in today's society, you can express anything that you want to express. I can be crazy. I can be so sad. I can do all this on camera and people think, oh, that's embarrassing, right? But why? It all comes from this fear, right? And all fear can be traced back to just this survival mechanism. So once you kind of are aware and conscious of this mechanism, then you can go out of your way and actually experience these uncomfortable things and it'll increase your confidence. That's it. Now, that's kind of the surface level way to do it, and that takes a lot of work. Now, that was my journey in high school, to college, to YouTube, to even now, I still do that, right? But I recently went on a journey the spiritual journey lasted 3 years. Right? And it's still going on. It'll go on forever. But there's something that I acquired over the past few months in that spiritual journey that makes that whole journey about confidence that I just said obsolete. Absolutely obsolete. It's incredible. Because with all that confidence that you can gain, how you can increase that confidence zone and shrink your fear zone, there's still going to be that fear zone, right? Well, what if I told you that you could get to a place where that fear zone doesn't exist? Remember when I told you that all fears trace back to the ultimate fear, the fear of death? All fears are just these human constructs to help your survival. What if you could get to a place where you realized that you're more than just your physical form, that you're more than just a human, that you are actually something much greater, that you are this consciousness that is just expressing itself as a human? What if you could lower your ego, lower your sense of self? What if you could have this ego death, where you realize what you truly are, that you are the universe, that you are consciousness, that is just expressing itself in a human form, and when the human form goes away, you just experience another incredible form? What if you got to that point, right? What would happen to your fear of death? You go away. What would happen to every other fear? It goes away. This is the incredible thing about this enlightenment path, is that you can get to a point where you're only operating out of pure love, where there is absolutely zero fear. There's no fear. Now, Connor, I need fear because if I don't have fear, I'll just jump in front of a train. No, you won't. That's just stupidity. When you don't have fear, you operate out of love. You want to spread love to the world. You enjoy living. You still know that jumping in front of a train is going to hurt you, so you don't do it, right? But you don't have any unnecessary fear. You don't even have fear of doing it, really. You just know that you don't want to because you want to experience this incredible life. Because for the first time in life, you're actually living. You're actually being free. You absolutely love what you're doing. And so it's a whole nother level. If you can get to the place through deep spiritual work where you don't believe, right? You don't believe this, but you can actually perceive that you are the universe, that you are more than just the self, that you are God, the consciousness that's within everything, right? That you are the universe and your awareness is just focused on this self right now. You can get to an incredible place. That is the 100% confidence. Once you realize that, once you realize that you can never truly die, you, the true you, the human form, sure, but the true you will always be there. You will always be experiencing. You will always be conscious. The true you deep down. That is true confidence. All fears go away. And you are just operating out of pure love. And the world becomes your playground. You get to do whatever you want. You get to express yourself however you want. No external thing can impact your happiness. You get to feel the emotions that you want. You get to say and do what you want. And of course, we still have society. You don't want to go to jail, or maybe you do. Maybe that's an experience you want, I don't know. But so no, so you're not going to do anything too crazy, right? And this is the thing is when you get to this level, you are operating out of love. Now most things that get you, some outlash from society are things that operate out of hate, evil, right? When you get to this place, there is pure love. You cannot commit any evil whatsoever. You are free to do literally anything that you want, but you only want to do good. So you can see how if everyone starts to experience this, the world becomes this incredible place. This incredible place where there are no insecurities, where there are no fears. Just a beautiful, utopic world. And that seems a little far-fetched right now, but don't think about the end goal. Just start with a few small steps. Just say hi to someone when you're walking out about your day. Just do these little extra things to get out of your comfort zone. And gradually, over time, you'll begin to realize what's possible. That all these things that are holding you back from really living the true life that you want to live, it's just an illusion. It is just an illusion. And the only way to experience that is through experience itself. You can't read any book about confidence and think that you're confident. You can't learn some game and then go be an incredible, player, dope pickup artist with girls. You have to put the experience to the test. You can read about approach anxiety all you want, but you're always going to have approach anxiety until you actually start approaching women. You will always have fear until you start acting, until you start being proactive and expanding that comfort and confidence zone. So you'll realize that everything is a spiritual journey. It's all part of this incredible enlightenment process. Being better with women is part of a spiritual journey. It's insane. So I'm glad I got to share that with you guys. If you were to take anything from this, just get out of your comfort zone. The spiritual part of it might seem like a lot right now. You'll get into it eventually. It's inevitable. The whole world will. The whole world wants to be happy. The whole world will wake up. It's just inevitable. The whole world will start to realize that this feeling that I have is real, and it's absolutely incredible, and they'll want it. Lead by example. This is how you change the world. Once people realize that you're truly happy, that you found everything that they want to find, that you're truly confident, that you're blissful, well, they're going to be like, whoa, I need what he's having. I need that. And then they'll start to learn from you, and they'll start to get your energy, and they'll start to express that energy to the world. And that's how the world changes. So you're not just helping yourself when you do this, you're helping the world. Although the world is yourself. We're all one. I know, kind of trippy, right? But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope this helped you become more confident. Just try it out today, man. You can start literally right now. Right now after this video, yell, scream, express yourself. You don't even have to start out in the world. Just start it in your bedroom. Scream. Ah! It'll make you feel good. Get out of your comfort zone. There are some things right now you don't even have to have people around. You don't even have to have people around, but you're still in the fear zone. Why is that? Do it. Yell. Ah! Cry. I don't know. I need to do a thumbnail, actually. Ah! It's a pretty good thumbnail, right? Confidence. Ah! The funny thing is, I'm on live stream right now, by the way. I'm literally being live streamed. I'm doing a 40-day fast right now. And I'm live streaming every second of it. So I'm not even by myself. I have hundreds of people watching me. So, yeah guys, put those exercises to the test and you'll become more confident in no time. And you'll find that there are far more rewards beyond just confidence that you'll find on this journey. So, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.